Robert Nesta Marley was born in St. Anne's, Jamaica on the 6th of February 1945 to a young black woman called Cedilla Brooker and a middle-aged white British naval officer, Norvell Sinclair Marley. In the hope of improving their lives, Cedilla decided to move her and Bob to Kingston in the late 1950s. From 9 miles to Trenchtown, Bob dedicated his time to writing songs and practicing music to escape the violent world of Trenchtown.
I living in Trenchtown, as a young man, surviving was easy. The only thing you'd have to really look out for was police, Because the police could just get you, frame you, you go to prison, and because you come from Trenchtown, Trenchtown's from them say, where you from? It's a Trenchtown, you're gone,
Through coaching sessions with singer Joe Higgs, Bob and his friend Bunny, who was also interested in becoming a musician, met Peter McIntosh, another young man with immense musical talents. And from this moment on, Bob formed his first harmony group, which evolved into his first band, the Rude Boys, who then became known as the Wailing Wailers. In 1963, at the age of 16, Bob and the group released their first single, Judge Not, which led them to officially change their name to the Wailers, because they were born crying. A year later, the group landed their first hit single, Simmer Down, to number 1 in the Jamaican charts, and eventually became the hottest group in Jamaica. During the late 1960s, Bob became a fully devoted Rastafarian. Rastafarians are a religious movement similar to Christianity. Both faiths relate to the Bible. The only difference is Rastafarians deal with the 12 tribes of Israel and contain different practices. These practices are natural liberties, which are referred to as righteous, ever-living ways of life. Growing their hair into dreadlocks is one of the main practices in Rastafari.
This
is
my identity, man. Yeah, this is my identity.
Maintaining a healthy diet, which is known as eating idle foods, and smoking marijuana, which Rastas referred to as ganja, are also key practices within the faith. And Bob practiced each of these elements wholeheartedly throughout his life. The foundations of Rastafarianism were established through a conversation between Jamaican biographer Leonard Howe and Jamaican activist Marcus Garvey. The religious movement was named after the former emperor of Ethiopia, King Haile Selassie I. The term Rastafari derives from the pre-regional title of Emperor Haile Selassie. Ras means prince in Ethiopian, and Tafari Makanan was Selassie's personal name. Rastafarians view Emperor Haile Selassie as a black god because of Marcus Garvey's prophecy, "Look into Africa, where a black king shall be crowned. He shall be the Redeemer." That is why the religious movement is named after him. Bob became a Rastafarian through the mentoring of philosopher Mortimer Plano. And since then, in numerous of Bob Marley's songs, he has always included the positive vibrations and messages of the Rastafarian beliefs.
Rastafari.
But more often than this, through the words in his music, Bob shared his joys and dreams of living in unity with all humanity. Due to his mixed racial background, growing up in Trenchtown was very hard for Bob. Many people around him would use racial slurs when referring to him, but that never stopped Bob from believing that all mankind are brothers and sisters, regardless of race and religious beliefs. Famous Marley songs like One Love, Redemption Song, Exodus, and many more are not only timeless anthems, but they also contain lyrics of truth, praise of the Rastafarian faith, and most importantly, love for everyone. But music wasn't the only way how Bob Marley expressed his love for equality. On the 22nd of April in 1978, a One Love peace concert was held during a political civil war in Jamaica between the two opposing parties, the People's Nations Party and the Jamaican Labour Party. No one can justify who organised the event, but the main purpose of it was to stop the deadly violence caused by politics. Bob Marley and the Wailers performed their song Jammin'. However, the concert hit its peak when Bob Marley called the two political enemies, Michael Manley and Edward Seeger, on stage to shake hands and show citizens that there can be peace, love and unity. This heroic act could have been a tragedy, and Bob Marley was well aware of the risks. But that never stopped him from standing up for what he believed in. On May 11th, 1981, Bob Marley passed away due to skin cancer. He was truly a courageous and inspirational man. The beat and melodies in his music will forever be timeless and will always bring smiles and joy to people's faces from around the world.
I don't really have no ambition, you know. I only have one thing that I really like to happen. I like to see mankind live together.